And welcome to this year's Christmas special. I realized that the last 2 years, I think, I've not actually done anything vaguely Christmas themed for um, for Christmas and for the Christmas episode. It's always been kind of a stretch, so I figured why the hell not go with the dystopian wasteland of Sheltered for this year. I wonder how I got that idea. Ahem. Anyway, I wanted to take the time to wish you all a Merry Christmas. By the way, the game on the screen right now is Sheltered, a game published by Team 17, the well-known creators of games like Worms Armageddon, Worms... Oh my god, Worms 2, they have so many of those. And that's what they're really well known for. They made a few other games as well. I think The Escape is some more notable one recently. Anyway, yeah, in this game you control a family of four, we'll abandon that for now, who are kind of stuck in a bunker in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. And we now have to basically survive. You can do all sorts of things. You can expand your bunker. Let's just go through that quickly. You can expand your bunker. You can you have a generator here, which does need some upgrading every now and then as well. You have your water supply, you have your food supply, you have an inventory, and all that needs to be managed. Which is not always easy, or... It's not always easy. You also have your food, you have your water, fuel as well, and oxygen, which is automatically generated. Anyway, let's get into the meat of the video. We want to, I want to take that time to wish you all a Merry Christmas. I hope you had some pleasant time with the families. It's a bit late, so I usually do this before Christmas, but I just didn't get to it. For reasons we'll get into very, very soon. I hope you had some pleasant days with your loved ones, and maybe even pleasant days with your not-so-loved ones. I know Christmas is a time to get all the family together with all the usual implications. I spent Christmas as usual, first as Santa Claus and then with my own family. And the Santa Claus tour was quite stressful this year. It was fun nonetheless. And I even got some messages from the families I visited thanking me and being all positive and wonderful. It was great. It always feels nice to have that, and it's one of the big criticisms that people gave the organizers of those Santa tours, simply that they did not receive any feedback towards themselves. Like they never know if the families they visited said anything about them unless it was specifically brought forth in the Santa Claus seminar as a kind of as an example for the criticism. And yeah, this year I've had two families actually messaging me. I never really like to ask them because it feels like, yeah, how was I? And that's just a question I don't think should be asked in pretty much any occasion. It just feels wrong. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with the way it turned out. Of course, it was also quite worth a lot financially. And now I get to do the usual New Year's preparations, which is not too much. I never do much for the New Year. I might actually end up visiting the sisters, so I'll not be in Dresden for this year. Maybe not, though. We'll see where that goes. So, what a year has it been? We've seen a lot of stuff in gaming, not too much positive stuff in gaming in my opinion, and not too much stuff internet-wise, as I'm sure all of you are aware. The channel has slowly grown though, and I would like to thank you all for your ongoing support. I've had a successful year personally. I had a rather stable job, and well, I actually finished my thesis this year, so I'm now Master of Science. I think I've mentioned that in the past video on. I think I did in the live stream. Anyway, so yeah, it was a successful year. Sadly, me graduating means that I now have to look for a new job, but I want to thank you all for your ongoing support, even though the last weeks have been, or last months in fact, have been relatively slow on videos, because other stuff was simply more important. That's just the deal with not doing YouTube for a living. On the other hand, you will not see a Patreon, so I don't plan to set up a Patreon account or anything like that, so you will not see paywalled content. Even if it's just $1, it's still a paywall, and I just don't like those things. So you can all just join the Discord for free, you get access to the entire Discord for free, you can poke me there, you can actually just... you can see all the videos, you can see everything I do for free. And yeah, that's just the way I like, or I want to set this up, and I want to keep this going. But in exchange, of course, I will have to do something else for a living, and that means that, of course, whatever I do for an actual living will have the priorities. If I find something for a living, of course. However, on the bright side, in the meantime, while I'm looking for a job, I should have more time to make videos, so I'm going to do just that. Aside of that, yeah, there's not too much else to report. As I said, thanks for the ongoing support, thank you for sticking with the channel even when videos were slow. Also, thanks for all the comments and messages and suggestions and pretty much everything, all the support, all the stuff, all the interaction that I greatly enjoyed. And we also got it streaming this year. I'll just set up this expedition here. We wanted to have the two all the guy with the kids, and we wanted to visit this, that, and maybe that, and that. Oh, okay, we need more water for that, so we'll actually not put any expeditions. We'll do that when it's raining. So, I think we want to upgrade the water filter. Can we actually upgrade that? Ah, no, don't do that. We could upgrade the decontamination. That won't actually happen for now. We would like this, but for now what might be even better would be to upgrade the oxygen thing. Yeah, 6 people at once. You guys don't have any real skills or anything, so they'll just be as good as they are. Actually, they might get a bit better over time. You might want to clean. Okay, let's craft some items here. We need a mop. Put that right over here. And we need a bunch of gas masks, we need one of those, we need a lot of stuff. There are several tiers. Would need an upgrade for your crafting bench. We might want some of that as well. I actually do that. Although not yet. I think we can upgrade this actually. How do we do that? Upgrade this to that. Yeah. Okay. Now, where's my second child? Well, not mine, but family child. There are a few things we definitely need to upgrade and build, and that we want to start with. Yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it for the Christmas themed stuff, or for the themed stuff. It was a fun year, thanks again, and I hope you all have a wonderful new year. I'm looking forward to whatever the new year will bring. It's also nice that your people will tell you roughly what they think you need to do. You want to clean the shelter every now and then, just so you don't invite any rats in. Although you can actually have those. You can actually, I think you can even eat those, or at least I think if you have a cat, it will eat those. And I started the game with a dog because the dog is just a very useful animal to have, as I'm sure most of you are aware. Okay, yeah. I guess we'll get into some regular gameplay footage. Every now and then you'll have people coming to your door and either trying to kill you or trying to join up, which is also very, very useful. Although, of course, you'll have to consider a few things. You'll want to make sure you have the oxygen supply to keep people alive while they're inside. And you also want to be certain that you have the food, and you can make the food you need to get everybody through. Let's get some basic things going in here. We'll have to upgrade this later on. Okay, you spawn there, please. We don't want to trade anything for now. We don't have anything to trade, really. What always goes off, well, is food, of course. But right now, we need all the food we have. Could you craft me a bucket toilet? Now, those are very, very bad. I mean, on the bright side, they're very low tech, very easy to make. And relatively cheap, but on the other hand, they use a lot of water, which means our water supplies are going to drop off pretty heavily. Okay, you want to also craft a sleeping bag, which we'll very soon deconstruct again. We'll probably put that here. You grab a suit. Now, I think you can actually switch on a bit of sentience in your people, but I forgot how. Let's go back to the game. I think they actually do that on their own if they can. Also, the animals here you can actually trap, if you so desire. And you want to keep those things here fixed. Especially the water filter, because just in case it starts raining, you'll want to be able to get some... you want to be able to get some water out of it. I think we can... Oh, yeah, this is the thing. This will allow them to do stuff on their own. So they will try to fulfill their basic needs on their own. The downside of this is, of course, that you need to... They will just sap your supply. So if you don't want them to, for example... medium water, but yes. If you don't want them to use all your water, then you'll definitely have to... or you should definitely disable that and then make sure that people will not use stuff. Of course, if you don't have any water left, they can't use that either. So your toilets and your shower will be completely disabled and can't be used for that time. Okay, once you're done sleeping, which will take a while, mind you. I thought there was a button to scroll through people. Was it E? It was E. And of course, you can queue up to 2 tasks for people to do to just do as they go along. Actually, you can cancel that since you don't have anything to do right now. We'll have you clean the shelter. You can craft all sorts of things, including traps for when you get attacked. And we'll definitely want to get some traps out there very, very soon. Traps allow you to get animals, which you can then butcher for food, which just gives you food, so you need that to not die. You can also drink water directly from here, I think, here. Obviously, you'll want decontaminated water, and there will be events that can contaminate your water supply, but at least they will give you water. You can just go to the toilet if you want. Okay, he was doing that. It's not the most hygienic of things to use the bucket toilet. Now, when you get new people, you want to be careful because they will sometimes be rather unstable, and they will go ahead and kill your people or the other people in the bunker. Someone feed the dog. We'll certainly have to get into... I'm hoping for the next rain, because that will fill up our water supplies. You can see we're down to 5. And with water you want to actually keep a lot around. And you want to keep... you want to keep a lot of storage capacity as well, because everything that's above your storage capacity is just lost when it rains. So if we're full, we want to set up an expedition. We're currently out of water, which kind of sucks. If that is full, we'll be... Or if that's full, you won't get more water out of anything. So you'll just lose any excess water. That's what I'm trying to say here. I'd also like to get rid of those graffiti. Here we have parts upgrade system, but I don't want you to just yet. Just fix that. Right now we are stuck with the stats of the people at the beginning. I forgot where that was though. That's the clipboard, so you can see all the stuff you have built. Everything can be damaged, and most things will actually be able to be repaired without any additional resources. So we don't have to, say, wait for... we don't need more plastic or metal or whatever we use for those two things. You fix those two things. Ah, there we go. It's raining on the surface now. It is regular rain, so it gives us water. So you can fix that. You can wash that out, please. And since it's raining now, you can see we are making a water supply slowly increasing. If we upgrade the water filter, for example, if we get the efficiency up, the water filter will just filter water quicker. If we get 25 water, actually no, we'll set up an expedition now just to show you how that works. So we'll send this guy and Robert, I guess. And we want to use 15 food. 15 water. We'll send the dog with him. So we'll toggle the dog. And that will come in handy if they get attacked. Okay, you can have a gas mask. You can have a pipe. You can actually use those for both building and as a melee weapon. So we'll confirm that. The second slot here is for another protective equipment. Like you can have, I think, body armor. And this is for a backpack, which is very, very useful because obviously you can carry more things if you have a bag to put them in. We'll confirm that so far. I think we also have a med... Did we craft a med kit? Okay, you will take one of those. And you get a pipe as well. Now off you go. We are ready to send this party out into the wasteland. If you don't give them gas masks, they will, or they can get radiation sickness, which obviously is not good for them. one benefit of having people on expeditions is also that they will not use your oxygen. So the oxygen supply only accounts for people who are actively inside your bunker right now. Meaning that, obviously, if you send 2 people out for a longer time, you can actually keep 2 people inside the bunker. You can also send people outside for just randomly with radio transmission. Okay, your expeditions will send you transmissions, and you can tell them what to do. So we want to search that church, which rhymes, which is not the reason why we want to do that. As you get more people, you'll probably also want to upgrade your various other things. So you want to have more buildings, we'll want to increase the bunker size. And we'll generally just build up more stuff. You can also find tools. This is kind of a collection here, so the game is a bit like Pokemon in that regard. I had to do it. Let's scroll away from there, because I think that's, I don't know, not the thing you want to see. Let's see. Examine that. We don't need this. You can actually get a... I think you can get a recycling device, which will make use of those. We want the cement, because we want to upgrade the bunker. Switch, and this is all kind of useless at the moment, so we'll just confirm what we have here. Yes, we're done. The expedition will wait, by the way, so you really can't do too much in... well, at least I think they will wait until you actually bother to reply to the radio transmission. Now, the thing with the rain is you'll want to get... You'll not want to waste any of it. So, for example, when it starts raining, you can send everybody to a toilet and to have a shower. Just so you get their needs taken care of while it's actually raining, so while it's not using your supplies. Yeah, search that location. Okay, Kimberly is kind of hungry, so we want her to eat some food and then to clean the shelter again. And we want, whoever that guy was, William, to, I guess, craft something. I kind of want a medkit. And there's a radio transmission. You can also broadcast things, so you can get more survivors. We'd certainly want that ration. We need this, we need rubber, we need boards. You can never have enough of those. We need limestone. Metal, some more nylon. Ooh, and fuel. We kind of want that fuel, so something else has to go. I guess the switch can go out for now. We need that fuel. I'm not exactly sure, but I think we can't transfer anything else. Obviously, we can trade. Let me just show you that. We can broadcast for traders and for recruits. Right now, I don't see a point in doing either of those. And I believe broadcasting can also cause you to attract unwanted attention as well. From here as well. This thing is still... Anyway, that is our entire supply, okay. So it was a good idea to build this second water butt, because it means we didn't waste any rain. Incoming transmission, we'll accept that. That didn't do anything. Okay. Can you actually craft me a trap? We can't. We need more rope. So I'm hoping we'll get some rope very soon. The tripwire is in case your bunker gets attacked. I actually want to create some carrier bags. Can we create some tier 2 bags? Yeah, people also have stress. Then there is a body armor, for example. We can make a bed. What do we need for an extra room again? We need cement. Okay, we have cement. We can also make cement from sand and limestone. And right now we still have some space. We can build more crates, we can build better crates, and that will allow us to store more things in our bunker. Accept transition, please. We'll approach them. Why the hell not? This will take us to the encounter thing. Okay. We want to see what you have. Actually, we could recruit another. No, we'll. Do we want to trade or do we want to recruit? We'll trade, I guess. Okay. This person does not seem to be the most friendly person among the wastelands, so we'll probably just get away very well with not recruiting her. She doesn't have anything we really want. We could use more fuel, but I think that's all we need. Yes. You do gain some stats for trading. But in general, with a guard dog and 2 pipes, you're decently equipped for the first few encounters. You might even take down some wild animals. Let's see what we got here. Many things actually stack, which is useful. We want the gas masks. In fact, we want them more than we want motors. We want another pipe. We want the nail. Everything that stacks we can take. You can also find bottled water, which is useful. Coal can be used. There's another. I think there's a second incinerating thing, or a fuel thing. The higher tech tiers are actually pretty nice to have and pretty expensive too. I know we need those later on, but right now we'll probably drop that in favor of, say, wool. We can't take anything else. Okay, confirm that. And let's have a look at the crafting stuff. We can upgrade this to the higher tier bench, which takes a lot of hinges and rope. Can we actually craft rope? We cannot. Okay, so let's prepare the next expedition by going with... we'll start that by making 2 carrier bags. I wanted to craft another one while you're at it. Because being able to carry more is certainly going to be useful. We're also pretty low on food, which does bother me. I want to fill that. So the dog has something to eat. And we might actually send another expedition out right away. So we might send Kimberly and I don't know who else. Maybe young William here. Maybe we'll send the father out again. I don't know. We've got two gas masks, and I think this is... Well, it feels a bit like a limiting factor in terms of what you can do. Yeah, I know we don't have last few rations of food. Luckily we found some on the expedition. As I said, we can find more food as we go. And if we can actually just send those 2 out right now. Although I'm not sure you can actually send the last people out. The dog will always be first in the back in the bunker. And it doesn't matter how long you send them out, as long as they have, as long as they're out, they don't starve or anything. Not sure if they can actually... I think they will sometimes refuse to go on expeditions. I've actually played this game for quite a while. And it's very, very luck-based. Like, you'll have... If you're out of luck, you'll have several weeks without the slightest bit of rain, which means you'll be thirsty, you'll be... We'll take all of that. You'll be almost... Well, you'll have thirst, you'll not have your hygiene requirements met. People will wander out if you have new recruits. And it's all unpleasant, so... Oh no, We want to confirm that. Yes. Some experience, so your people will get better over time. I forgot about that. I thought they wouldn't, but apparently they are. Okay, and while you can't... Actually, you can just take a shower, please. And you, young friend, will build me another room. I usually go with the floors like this, so I'll try to get this floor finished and then sort it out before I go into the next one. Okay, Kimberly doesn't have anything to do. I guess she can take a suit and then fix those two filters again. You can have up to 2 suits, and as I said, you cannot send those out on expeditions. I'm also not sure how long this will be. If you want, we can actually start a new game. I can show you the character creation and stuff, if you're interested. If you just want to see more of this family, we can do that as well. And I guess I'll do, I don't know, 4 minutes. Well, there's another video I wanted to record after the live stream of last Friday. My mouse cursor, yeah, it's on the screen. People will not ask for stuff until they actually both have arrived here. We'll see what they have for trade. They have bullets. Of course, there are guns in this game as well. We could get some valves, although I'm not sure what to trade for those. We could trade 1 fuel for a bunch of valves, and they don't have a rope. I also want the rubber. I don't want those bullets, they're very expensive. We want to have, I don't know. I guess we'll trade 1 fuel for a bunch of crafting materials. Let's get the cheap ones first. That's this. Is there anything for 1? Yes. Yeah, you can also wield the board if you want. Trade for that. Yes. Okay, we probably need a second. We certainly need a second bed or bed equivalent. So another sleeping bag would be nice. Oh, it's raining again. That's great. No, don't go there. Actually, where was Kimberly? Oh, she's still fixing stuff. Where's the second child? There you are. Yeah, Watersorge is at max capacity now, which means since it's still raining, we'll probably want to set another expedition. You stop that, return your suit, and then we'll go on an expedition. We'll send the 2 parents out and leave the 2 children in the bunker. Take a suit and you can fix that. As you can see, we don't gain any additional water from this. We finished the... Okay, come on, hurry up. We want to get that rain. Set an expedition. We want Edward and Kimberly to go out. I think you can't actually... Oh, no, don't do that. Yeah. Okay, you can drag with that. We probably want to go here. So you want to visit that school first. And then you don't actually have to click on every one of those. People have a certain radius in which they will notice stuff. So if we go here and there... We want that small farm though. We've been to there. We could get that as well. We'll want to send the dog with them. We want to confirm that. Okay, we want to give this, and you can take a pipe. What's the better one? I guess the board would do more damage, but we'll give them a pipe. Next person. Equip that, and that, and that. I believe you can also have multiple parties out. if you want to send your new people to the or out into the wasteland, they actually have to be there for 2 days at very least. So I think if they haven't been there for more than 2 days, you can't send them out. Yes. I think that's fine. In the meantime, we'll have the kids take care of the bunker. Have them wash out this, and also take showers. I mean, it's still raining, so there is a certain amount of merit to doing that stuff now. Oh, it just stopped raining, of course. So we lost a bit of water, but I think it's okay. Now this stuff we will upgrade very, very soon. As well as this one. I think we can actually afford a second bed. We're probably going to put those in this general area. Do radio transmission. Accept that. We want to search that school. There is very little reason to not search a place. And there are also not just looting places, there are all sorts of other things. And if we just go for the map, you can actually see where the expedition is right now. At least I think we can. You can also scan frequencies if you want to. You can view the map. So this is where our expedition is right now. This is the expedition. You can, as I said, have several. And this is their perception radius. So in this radius they will notice stuff and they will ask you if they should go there or not. And also let's examine that. Okay, we want one nail gun. We want those, we want that, we want the sand. Actually, we'll take the second one as well. Maybe we can trade it away. We want toys as well. Actually, we'll grab everything and we'll trade it away later. Yeah, no, don't do that. Okay. So right now we're doing reasonably well. Let's see if we can build a bed. A better bed will make you recover your stamina way quicker. They can see the traps. Better traps will last longer. We still need one rope though. And I want to get a bed. Yeah, let's build a bed here. I don't like having the bed right next to the sanitary things, which also are about to break down. But I believe a second bed is great because the bed takes a lot of time to use. I mean, it's basically 8 hours and it's blocked for 8 hours, which means you need more beds than you don't need more beds than you have people, but I would say you need at least half as many beds as you have people around. Fix that. If people have something to do, they also not really, well, they will still try to care about their needs, but they won't necessarily meet them. Okay, when you're done there, fix that sleeping bag. We can actually force them to stop sleeping. That's nice. And we want to accept our transmission. We want to search that. We want to search everything. And right now we'll certainly want all the food we can find and all the water we can find. Every water bottle you get will be added to your water tanks here. There's a bed, which gave him 10 crafting XP. Fixing stuff does not grant you any experience. I'm not sure if upgrading stuff will give you more experience. Let's actually see. What do we need? We need leather. I believe we actually gain leather from animals as well, if we at least kill one of the moose things there. Examine those, please. We want to take the rations, we want to take the fuel and the water. Oh yeah, we could also take the paint, but I think we are better off with crafting materials. I'm not sure how the stacks, I think this is stacking up to 4, but I'm not sure. We would like somebody to trade now, though. And you will see that once we have the nail gun at home. Ooh, a pharmacy. Yes, please. Once we have the nail gun at home, we'll actually have more tool efficiency. It will be hung here, and we can just use it automatically, which means we'll have we'll build a bit quicker. And I don't think you actually use less resources, but you'll just build a bit quicker. Okay. Why would you sleep in that? Actually, deconstruct that, please. And have some water. There's one more thing I want to show you. Jano. You? Okay, I think there's a resourceful trait which gives you more resources when you actually deconstruct things. Okay, shelter. We want to see if we can trade with them. There's one strange. We might want to recruit him. Let's trade. Okay. He did not want to trade. That's a shame. And I think we'll now get to examine items. Ooh, anti-radiation stuff. That's very nice to have. Duct tape, of course, as well. The nectar of the gods. Glass jar could be recycled. Stuff we can recycle is essentially useless to us at the moment. We probably want to take those. We don't need that, so we'll take the relaxants and the antibiotics. Certainly the antibiotics. Sorry, book, but you're out. Antibiotics, you're in. We can also use crafting supplies, but actually we don't need sand without limestone. I believe there's nothing that actually uses only sand or only limestone, so this is basically just to create some concrete with it. So instead we'll probably want some plastic or duct tape. It also shows you how many you have at home. And we probably want some motors as well. We need those for a lot of things. I can actually check that in a moment. Yes, please. I was hoping we could trade. Let's see what we can craft here. The higher tier stuff is pretty great. There's the incinerator, which allows you to burn stuff for fuel. So this will basically fuel your bunker for a certain amount of time. There's a paint can trap, which of course will douse your people in paint. You can also craft more traps, and tier 2 stuff that's where it starts getting good. You have the water butt, which you've seen already. We can make a stove. Those have the advantage of reducing the risk of food poisoning. If you just eat food from your pantry straight out of your pantry, you may end up with food poisoning. It's actually quite a very frequent occurrence. I think that's actually new. There's a spike trap. We probably want a fire extinguisher as well. Probably have that created right away. Yeah, this does seem new to me. The makeshift recycler is, I think, also new. The recycler was a tier 3 or 4 item. Wow, I can make a coffee machine. It does require a lot of water, though. But yeah, things are getting pretty interesting once you get into the higher tiers. You have the advanced traps, which last long. You have better beds. You even have a bunk bed, which are great. Large pantries, efficient stuff, which means well, just better. It takes less water and overall works better. You can make ammunition. You can have a recycling plant, which is basically where you can use all those junk items for. It will actually give you like plastics and all sorts of very, very good things. You can make pipe bombs, which I believe are pretty useful in some of the later on encounters. This will actually create water from air, which is great. And we almost have everything, but we will need way more to just get to the workbench level. wow, there's a lot of cool stuff here. You can also, something I wanted to point out, this camper here requires certain things you can also find on your expeditions. By the way, might have a new, there's new transmission. I think I've never actually finished this up, so you can add parts to that, and as you add parts, and if you finish it, you can actually use that for your expeditions, which makes them a lot easier. Anyone busy for a while? Let's see, you. I actually want you to craft me a fire extinguisher. People will sometimes, if they're about to break mentally, they will just start a fire. Yep, search it. They will start a fire, and they will, and that will potentially break your stuff. So you want to have an extinguisher. Okay, let's see what we got here. We have some seeds, which would come in handy later on. It's an empty petrol can. We don't need that. This is another junk item. We want the board. We actually want all the stuff, but we can't carry it. Ooh, pliers. Those would be another tool for the tool bench. We could drop the nail gun and get the pliers. But I believe we'll get those later on as well. So you'll have plenty of chances to grab those tools and to just finish your tool roster. So a map. Why can't I see the map? Oh, there we go, because it's there. Now, as you go around, for example, those locations here are kind of hints on what you can find there. If it's stuff like this, like very close together and somewhere in the open, it's likely to be a settlement with all the things you can find there. So you'll have your houses, you'll have your pharmacies, you have supermarkets. So you can find food, building materials, waste or garbage, and pharmacies, medicine, all that stuff. If it's in a forest, it will either be a sawmill or it will be like a natural clearing where you can find herbs and other more special crafting materials. And this is probably most likely to be another settlement, and this one as well. And stuff in the open can be anything. Can be a lumberyard, can be a lake where you can get water. Those can be mines, they can be passes, they can be quest locations. And you can just, if you need a certain thing, you can just... I mean, each location basically has a certain amount of, or a certain pool of things that you can find there. So obviously, if you need wood, you probably want to raid a lumber mill. If you need food, you could try to go hunting in a forest. You could try to get this. We also want a small freezer very soon. What do we need for that? We have a tier 2 crafting bench. We want a small freezer. We need one hinge. We have a motor. We certainly need a hinge. So if you find a hinge on the way, or if you can trade for one, we will be very, very, very happy. I'll also take any ropes I can find. Just because... look at all the animals prancing through here. Okay, we'll take this and that and that. The rest is useless to us. Now the toys also aren't useful right now. They'll only be useful once we get a toy box. Now we'll just confirm what we have. Yeah. As you can see with most of those explorer type games, you do end up with the inventory size being the limiting factor. You'll never have enough storage room to store everything you can find. Now, I could just recall my expedition because they have full bags, but I don't want them because we might still find more of the stuff we already brought or we already found, and we can just stack it up. And we might also find more valuable stuff. We might even be able to trade something away, which would then give us a lot more experience. There's more fuel, so we want that. We want those water. Look at all the tools we find. I think wood's also very, very useful. It might be even more useful than magnesium, which we currently can't use. I think I'll drop the... I don't want to drop any medicine. And metal is also very, very useful. I think magnesium can become kind of rare. I think we'll drop the tools, and I want wool. I believe one of the purposes of wool is actually this, so you can upgrade the filter with it. No, you can't. Oh yeah, you can. The later levels here require wool, and not little of it. Same here, I think. Nope. But there, you get the point. It is expensive to build, and you need everything. There is essentially no item that does not have a purpose in some way. Okay. Stuff needs fixing again. Now, one thing I don't quite see too useful is this upgrade here. Not this one, the durability upgrade. It's one of the last things I do, only if I have the resources and I have them sitting around anyway. Because it doesn't cost you anything to fix your stuff. So, okay, what did we find? More food? Great. Can't take more food. So we have reached a stack size there. Do I want to give away my second nail gun for more food? We might have to. We might just have to. I could drop the battery, though. We don't have any other ways to make food, so I think we'll want to use as much for that as possible. Yeah, this is basically the gist of the game. So we'll do up to an hour, and then we'll have our stuff. This needs fixing. You have nothing to do. Add fuel and fix that thing. We can also upgrade this to be better. If we have wiring, capacity, so yeah, this will mean we can put more fuel in. This will mean it will last longer, and this will of course make it need less repairing, which again I don't see as that much of a necessity because repairs are free. I approach them. We want to talk. We want to. Actually, we don't just want to talk. Also, we have a dog. Can we trade? Ah, you have only garbage. You only have rubbish. At least in my opinion. This is worth 40, and we don't want to trade that away. This is worth a lot. Could trade some magnesium for this. Yes. They will always remark that they actually, that you made a good deal, and at least in most cases I think they remark that you basically ripped them off. Which I think is fine. Okay, disable those lights. I didn't know that. You can also craft more lights, so for example, as you can see here, there's a light. There's no light here. Don't do that. No. Transition. Search it. We just sold something, which means we can take more things. we direly need ropes, because I think once we get ropes, we can actually trap animals, and once we can trap animals, we can just make leather, which is a necessity for things like backpacks. I can show you here. There's a pack somewhere. There is a pack somewhere here. You can see the small crate, which means you get more storage capacity. There's also a backpack somewhere. I thought it was a tier 2 item. Oh, there's a satchel. And there's a backpack, so if you get some leather, you can actually just use backpacks. And this will give you 8 extra slots. So that's way better than the 2 we get from a shopping bag. I mean, it's better than nothing, but it's still not too great either. What did you find? Another shopping bag. Well, we could take that. Coffee beans, we could use those to make coffee, apparently, which I have no intention of doing. Okay, we can take that. We'll take the fuel. Fuel's also a very useful trade resource. Take the motor and confirm. I was hoping we could get somebody who wants to buy or who can sell those. This is the second nail gun too. Water tanks never need repairs, by the way, which I think is very, very nice. You wash that out and clean the shelter. And you... Okay, that's fixed. You fix the bed and fix the toilet. Now, I'm not sure what... Okay, it's a makeshift bed, so I suppose you'd probably want to fix that every now and then, but people don't seem to do too much. They don't move too much, and no, they don't do this in those beds. It's a one-person bed only. So, it should not need too much fixing. But this game can get quite intensive, and it can get very tense, especially once you get into the quest locations and you have people noticing you and people coming with their requests and doing stuff, and it gets kind of a, I don't know, it does have a bit of a This War of Mine vibe. At times it has the crafting vibe. You get to this. It has the resource management. It has the inventory management, and it combines a lot of things I really, really enjoy in games. And I also think the I also think they didn't overdo it with the meters. I mean, of course, you have your survival meters, which do pose threat, but they're not too difficult to maintain unless, at least not while you're doing okay. But right now we're actually gaining water. Okay, fix that and that. Now, especially later on, that's actually useful. Or it's useful to have those things not being in. Ooh, add return to weakness to strength. I don't know which weakness. I believe there was a character overview somewhere. Just to see if I can find the controls here. Okay, zoom out, cancel job, focus character, show stats is G. Okay, let's see that. G. Oh, that's only that. Okay, I'm quite sure there was an in-depth character thing as well. Cancel job, automate, interact, change stats, cancel jobs. Yikes! Where the hell is that? I was sure I had it somewhere. It's not here. Oh well. Who is Edward anyway? Robert William. Oh, right, we have to wait for both people to return. And since you have searched 8 locations, we gain more perception. Which in turn means you will actually gain more... you will gain more stuff as well. Like, you gain perception, you will find more things, you will be able to spot more things on the way, and it's... you basically get better at doing expeditions. I think it was a good idea to not take the second shopping bag, because there's no point in doing that. Yeah, we transferred everything. Okay, you have all you need. And since it's raining right now, you want to take a shower immediately. You want to use your... okay, you want to use the bed. You want to wash that out. And I can actually send the 2 children out on expeditions as well, but I don't like doing that. Simply because it's dodgy. Not just in terms of overall being morally questionable to send children out on expeditions that might potentially get them killed, but also because they're not as good at fighting as an adult, so I usually try to go with 1 adult and 1 kid. Or 2 adults. I don't think I actually have more children in the bunkers, so the 2 kids we have right now, which are of the starting family, are all we can get. I've never seen more. Didn't get any concrete this time, so that's a shame. I also tried to kind of layer my bunker to put certain to dedicate certain levels of the bunker, of the shelter, to certain things. Just don't do that. You want to return your suit. So, for example, this is the general service area where you have your generator, you have your medical supplies, you have your fire extinguisher, you have the dog bowl, which we might need to fill. And what I wish would happen here would actually be that you can just add things like draw fortress, and then the first one who is free will do them. So I wouldn't have to select somebody to fill the dog bowl. I mean, there are certain things that you want to have somebody with the skills doing it. Also, there's a nail gun. Just check something quickly. Do we? Yeah, we have the second nail gun for use here, so we can actually trade with that. And since we can do so, let's have young Robert here broadcast for traders. You can also scan frequencies to get calls for help and such. So, or you'll see, for example, okay, there are people who have stuff, there are gun traders over somewhere, and you can just go for those and send expedition out to those, which is useful. Broadcasting will take a long time. I'm not sure if charisma will give you more chances, or if it makes it any quicker. Oh, there's somebody who might actually be coming to our place. Okay, this guy, it's always worth to keep an eye on their text blurbs here, because that gives you a decent indication on whether or not this guy might be more volatile than you can handle, or more volatile than you should have in your shelter. Okay, Adolf's actually pretty okay. He's doing just fine. Okay, you can do that. I'm sure there was a way to show stats. I have no idea where it was. I have no idea where it was. I think we can actually see it here. He's courageous and proactive now. And your people will start with, I think, 2 traits. So one positive one you can select, and one negative one which you can, well, not select, which you just get. For example, you have Kimberly here, who is resourceful, which is, I think she gains more resources when she deconstructs stuff. And the Big Eater, which is self-explanatory. You'll have Robert here, who is proactive, which I think means he's going to be a bit quicker. And pessimistic, which means I think he gains more stress or more trauma. And William is a deep sleeper, which means I think he just needs less time in the bed. And hands off means I think he's pretty slow at fixing stuff. I think the game balances all that very, very nicely. You can also don't do that. You can also train your people, not just by expeditions, but also by crafting certain things, like the punching bag for strength, and I think you can get other training devices as well. I forgot which ones though. So yeah, all in all, this is a very, very fun game, at least in my opinion. It's a lovely game. How's the pet doing? Pet? Where's the dog? There you are. You're fine. Okay, once it rains again, we'll probably want to do another expedition. Now, as I said earlier, it's always nice to have a good reason for people to spend more time outside. Because if you give them something to do, you can actually have 2 people out, and that will reduce the amount of drag on your systems. So what I often do is I have a hard time just rejecting new recruits, which often leads to me actually having more recruits than I can supply with oxygen. So as long as I get 2 people outside, for example, so they fix stuff or go on expeditions, I will actually gain oxygen. And I will not run into any air problems in the bunker, which I suppose you all agree is a good thing. Just drink some water, would you? Can we afford another? We can't. We need more cement. I'm not sure if you need cement after this. Yeah, I think you do for the hideouts or hiding spots, which is something I never really use. There's a lot of traps, and I think you can also get raided, in which case you will want those traps. This guy might be a traitor. He is armed though, so we want to be careful with him. Respond. Yes, we do want to trade. He has circuit breakers, he has limestone, which is not too useful to us. Let's just... Ooh, this is so expensive. I mean, I guess we could trade one of our fuel away for some of those. Okay, yeah, then we don't want to trade anything, sorry. You don't have what we need. We probably want to build a crate here, you there. Craft me a small crate, which gives us 20 more slots to store things. I also like how everything fits together here. And we also want kind of a food area, so that's something to be built soonish. I know that broadcasting seems to be like a 24/7 job. They can do that all the time. You cannot get a second broadcasting or radio transmitter, but you'll be just fine. Like, they don't usually get you what you want, because you can just stop broadcasting by the time you need something, and I've never really run out of recruits. Like, you'll always have enough people to do everything, which I guess also is fine, and you generally have more recruits than you can handle. And by the way, if you deny someone, they may end up breaking your stuff here. They may end up like kicking your oxygen filter and or your water filter, and then just breaking them and giving like a 10 to 30% hit. Which obviously sucks if it's completely broken, but if you keep it like above 50%, most of the time you should not run into any issues. Okay, now we have a bit of a problem because we do not have seen rain for a while. You there, unbusy one, clean the shelter. Okay, I think that's enough footage. That should show you what the game is like. It can get a bit more hectic, but I do recommend you use the auto need fulfillment. Where's my... Oh, intercom. Yes, please. You have nothing too useful. Interestingly enough, wasn't that 80 earlier? So it seems there's a bit of a fluctuation in terms of what people want to trade and how much they're willing to pay for stuff, which I think is fine. She has magnesium. Nice. We can't really use any of that right now. We do have a second bag, or a second crate, which means we now have a storage space of 52, which means we can now trade. Dog is indeed... Oh, no, don't deconstruct that. Fill this. People will not feed the dog on their own. There's a variety of animals you can actually take. You can have like... Oh, what can you have? You can have... I think you can have a snake, you can have a goldfish, you can have a cat, a dog, and even a horse, if you want. But the horse will... I think it will take 3 amounts of... or 3 food things per day. Which I believe is substantial. Okay. Yeah, the dog loses health if he's hungry. Any animal will, actually. And they all have their own purposes. And of course their own drawbacks as well. Like the dog obviously needs food. The cat can kill rats in the dungeon, in the bunker. The snake will, I think, also eat rats. And not require food. And the dog is useful for expeditions. And the horse is also good for expeditions. The goldfish will just make or give you stress relief, but it will require water. Which does come in at a premium at some points. Not sure if you can get more animals, it would be nice to do that as well. But I've survived a few days and I haven't seen much or too much of the game yet. I think in my first game I got up to the crafting bench level 3 or 4. And had a pretty full shelter. Clean it. Okay. I think that's enough footage for today. As I said earlier, if you want to see more sheltered, then leave a comment below or even like this video, or just let me know you want to see more sheltered. You can buy the game on both GOG and Steam. I'm playing the GOG version because I just feel that kind of voting with my wallet and going and not giving Steam money if I can also give it to GOG is the only way to tell them that I do not appreciate their complete lack of quality control and subsequently quality in games. I did not upgrade this, I wanted to fix it. Although that might just be me. Is the dog hungry again? Dog? Go away. No, the dog is fine. Now, people will broadcast till the very end, so they will not care about their stats. If they're given a task, they will do that until the very end. Which usually isn't too long, but broadcasting takes ages, and we might actually get a third trader before he's done. Maybe even a useful one. Who knows? I didn't want to sell anything to the last one because we were pretty much... I didn't know if we had the crate here finished. Okay, broadcasting. That sounds like another trader. No? Oh yeah, there's somebody. What do you have? Oh yeah, let's see. Oh, he has leather. He has leather and hinges. We want all of that, so you can have this nail gun. I want those 2 hinges and this leather. And while we're at it, we can still trade for more, so I want this cement as well. Trade that away. Yes, please. That was a wonderful trade. We just got a lot of stuff we definitely want to have. Edward, please craft yourself some backpack, some rucksack. We can have one of those as well. But I want this. Oh, we need a tier 3 thing. So we'll probably want to build 2 of those satchels. Get me that. What's that? Ooh, a toy box, yeah. That's something we'll certainly want later on as well. Okay, I was hoping for a rope. Also, we can view the journal. Oh yeah, I'm going to read that while we're at it. There are your quests, which we currently don't have any. But yeah, they won. Can't believe we're alive. We only have each other now. Our family consists of Edward, Kimberly, Robert, William, and our pet dog, Holly. I wonder who used to live in this shelter. It looks as though they left in a hurry, or were forced to leave. Luckily, the supplies they left behind still appear to be intact. We will try to make this a place our home. On day 5, it's hard living like we do, but that person that came to see us today said that the best source of stress relief is to read books. Kids would probably find that boring, though. Toys are probably more their thing. On day 10, we had a trader pass by today. I did wonder how they managed to cart all that stuff around. They said it took a while, but managed to find all the parts for an old van and use that as transport. Makes sense, actually. So yeah, the game's kind of hinting you that you can fix that if you find the parts. And of course, that means you will have to sacrifice inventory space, which could go towards more directly useful things like supplies or building materials, for eventually using it in the van. So it's the usual trade-off. It's something we've seen in things like Darkest Dungeon plenty of times. You really don't know what you should do, and everything seems useful in some degree. Everything will be used in some way, shape, or form. Everything needs to be eventually hauled around, but you can only go with a certain amount of stuff. Also, I think I'll get to 90 minutes of recording here. Let's do that and cancel the video. It's kind of my Christmas treat for you. I could have just live streamed that, actually. Okay, yeah, I think it's about time to fix that again, so William, take a suit and get going. If you just leave them stand outside, they will, without a hazmat suit, they will contract radiation poisoning, which means they will have all sorts of problems. Ooh, there's somebody who might end up being a recruit, and right now I would probably be willing to accept another recruit. One more we can handle. A second one might be questionable at best. Let's see, they usually come around. We can't interact with them on the way, but yeah, Deborah is intent on interacting with us. Sometimes they just pass by. Sometimes they do want to interact. Okay, respond, please. Able-bodied and hardworking, she is indeed quite okay. And also, I always feel that those people are more expendable than your actual family, so also gives you a new journal entry. Day 10, I think it'll be nice to have Deborah around the place. Everybody seems to think it's a good idea, so we'll see how it goes. Deborah seems quite positive, which is what we all need right now. I think finding us has given her hope that there still might be a future left for us all. Guess we'll find out soon enough. Okay, since Deborah can't be sent out to expeditions yet, let me just show that quickly. Yeah. There we go. The character is not willing to go on an expedition. They require a higher loyalty level. I think that's like a few days, I think 2 or so. Okay, so Deborah has grabbed our water supplies. Wonderful. We want Deborah to craft a new room. Preferably around this way. And since we have more concrete than that, we want to also expand down slowly. So I think this will be the general living area. This will be something like a crafting area. And I don't know what else we'll do. You do need a lot of space for crafting because you have a lot of crafting benches, recycling benches, and all that stuff. Okay. Where's the kiddo with the suit? Oh, okay. Yeah, people also want to leave the shelter every now and then, so they do need their time outside. Turn your suit, please. Otherwise, they will go nuts. So I should actually try to switch around more often and try to. What's that message? I didn't notice that. Try to send different people out to the surface. Oh, Robert was dehydrated apparently. Okay. We probably want to have another place for the ladders as well. So we'll probably... Yeah, we'll wait for that room to be finished and then we'll build another one. There's a dust storm on the surface. We need rain very, very soon. We're down to 12 water, which is not too much. Where's the dog? Dog, how are you doing? Are you fine? Are you hungry? The dog is fine. We have parts upgrade the system, indeed, but we'll not do that just yet. Okay. Somebody give the dog some food. And this is kind of a downtime for the game when you don't have any dust or any rain lately. And you're just forced to sit out in the shelter and hope that nothing bad will happen. And that, of course, rain will happen very soon. We might also try to get a third water butt. Kimberly, you do seem to be good with cleaning, so do that. William, I would like you to craft me a new water thing. And maybe a second bed as well. So you build that. Deborah is currently having a shower, or she had a shower. We want a second makeshift, or actually a moderate, actually a bed, that's nice. We have 5 people now, so more beds would be very, very useful. And something I would like to see would be the option to... Oh, you can disable that. So yeah, if you run out of water, you can just disable stuff, and people will not use that anymore. We are now out of water. This thing also badly needs fixing, so fix it. Yeah, everything could do with repair here. Including the generator, so once we're done with the shower, fix that. You fix the bed. You, I guess, sleep in this bed. Okay, so at least the sleep need will be taken care of now. Also, people who sleep won't need any other form of sustenance, at least not while they're sleeping. So now we get to wait for the next rain. We have plenty of water storage capacity. All we need now is some water to put in there. And there's also, in case you've been wondering, there's also black rain, which is contaminated. And that water is Probably not too safe to drink or shower. I suppose you could use it to flush your toilet with. And the water filter will slowly filter that contamination out, so it will slowly decontaminate your water. What a horrible word. And yep, it's just doing that. It's very, very useful. I want to fix that. You probably want to wash it out before fixing it, although I'm not sure what you would want to fix on a bucket. I think we fed the dog already. But yeah, this is when you wait for rain. It's the least fun part of the game. But I think it's also a phase that needs to be there, so you don't just get cocky with your resources, and you don't just take them for granted. Okay. There is something else we need to do here. Let's actually scan frequencies while we're waiting for stuff to happen. Now, the downside of this is that this season, not the season, but the weather is entirely random. Luckily, we got some rain now. As I said, I had games where I wouldn't have rain for several weeks, and in the early game, there's just nothing you can handle. Okay, I should just take a nap. And we'll see how much rain we get once we hit, say, 60 water wheels out of an expedition. Take a shower. You wash that out. Well, they'll probably use it. I wonder, can we build a second level toilet? We can have a makeshift toilet here, which does need more nails, so in our next few expeditions we'll probably want some nails. And we want to build a freezer as well. I'll put that over here for now. You can always rearrange your shelters, so I could just put stuff from here. I could even put a clipboard, and I couldn't put the hazmat suits anywhere else. But yeah, most things can be freely moved around. Someone feed the dog. Okay, Edward, stop broadcasting. Actually, no, don't stop broadcasting. Kimberly, you aren't sleeping. You do your thing. You use that toilet, please. Yeah, we need more food. We badly need more food. Obviously, you can dismiss people, but you cannot dismiss your own family members. I mean, that would be quite a harsh move. And we'll see. Let's actually look at the map. Time will actually stop for that, but we can. Now we get the town name here. We don't get it for here because we don't know yet. The green places have been visited. The blue ones have not. And I think the map often looks kind of similar. So you'll have your shelter here, some minor buildings here, forests, towns, and some bigger places down to the south. We'll probably want to stay away from there, but you could try to go and plot a route over those. Actually, I think the stuff in there will kind of regenerate, so you'll find more stuff as you revisit places. So, yeah. Could hit the small farm again. Then go here and try to maybe get that school on the way back. I don't know. Maybe we'll also go here and then out there. Depends how much water we can get together. There are also times of plenty, mind you, when you just get a lot of stuff, when you can you get all the water you need, and you can send out several expeditions at once, and it's just downright great. Also, I believe the first expedition here will give you a quest to make more, or to visit a place. I think scanning frequencies will just give you quests in most occasions. Also up to 50 water, so we might want to... Oh, it did not yield anything. Well, sometimes it also does that. So you just wasted a lot of time for nothing. And I believe we want to send out Kimberly and one of the kids. So Kimberly and not nobody, but not Edward either. I guess William will go on an expedition. They will take the dog with them. They will go church, small house, some of this stuff here. I could actually have them visit everything. Okay, how do we do this? There. Get the farm on the way back. Let's also take that school while we're there. Confirm. We want to have one of those, probably equipped, not just in the inventory. We want to have this guy equipped. We want to take a pipe. And next person. You can also make gas masks. I'm sure you've noticed that already. Which I believe actually takes wool, so that's where wool comes in very handy. Send out to the wasteland. Let's see what we need for a new gas mask. Craft items, we need... yeah, rubber and wool. And some plastic. I will craft new gas masks if I'm out of those. For now, we're doing okay. And I'm going to leave this game as kind of a cliffhanger. What will Expedition find? Well, find out if you want more of this game. If you don't, that's okay as well. We'll have Edward just drink something while it's still raining. Then he can just sleep more. Robert is doing okay. Deborah, grab a suit and fix stuff. She won't get out otherwise, so I think that's okay. Let's see. Yeah, search it. I'm not sure where we found those tools last time, so actually be a better idea to start with the water filter. I'm not sure if the performance of it goes down as it's broken, but I think it might malfunction if it's not getting fixed in time. And since it's raining right now, we want this to be working at its full capacity. I'm also not sure how the... look at this, we can now take 20 items. I'll just take everything for now. And we'll dump stuff as we go. I mean, obviously with the garbage items, it's easy to spot what you can leave behind. Although some of those, especially the broken electric things, will come in handy. They will be useful when you get to recyclers, and you can actually make useful stuff out of them. Also, I don't know if I fill the dog bowl now, if the food will spoil in there, or how that works. Okay, return the suit. Take this, take that. Coffee beans. Ooh, leather. Gas mask. Definitely want that. Yeah, we're done. Did we get a freezer yet? No, we didn't. So while you're done there, or when you're done there, I want you to build us a freezer. You can also build a pour stove, which is not great. The stove will not use fuel on for itself to function, but it will also not function too great. But it will give you better food, and for example, meat you'll definitely want to use with a stove. We'll rearrange that in just a moment. When you've done that, I want you to make another room. That should keep Deborah busy. Anyone else not having anything to do? Edward is busy. Robert is not busy. Well, he's kind of sleeping. So fix that. The rain sadly has stopped, and so will our episode. We haven't seen the combat system yet, but we'll get there in time. Right now I'm not too worried about things attacking us because we have the dog. Now obviously as soon as you can send out several expedition parties at once, which we could do already, but I don't want to. But as soon as you get the stuff for several parties at once, you can obviously only send out the dog with one person. We'll get involved here. Okay, what do you want? Do we want to recruit Anthony? We can't see his stats. I'm not sure if there's a way to see his stats. It might be depending on our stats. I guess we can handle him. Yeah, we'll recruit him. He seems nice enough. Sometimes I think they'll say something, oh yeah, fresh meat, and that's a person you'll probably want to dismiss as soon as possible. Because I've had them join me and run into trouble then. Wow, he was quick. He was really quick. So now we have Anthony, whose stats are as follows. Apparently he starts getting hungry. He has very, very poor stats, in fact. So that was kind of a waste. Yeah, we don't want to do an expedition. Anthony can start with cleaning the shelter. This could be a nice tradition. The new guy gets to clean the shelter. Edward, you can just fix this and that. Transmission. We want to investigate that. I do believe you don't actually have to set a stop in every place. For example, if you look at the map now, we found... yeah, they found this medium house here. They saw that in the distance and they just decided to investigate that. So they will go to there on their own. Well, they'll go for that one first and then here. So they'll ask you for every location, and you could just set one point there and just have them walk around. Although, of course, the more points you set, the more likely they are to spot that, I think. Okay, what do we find? Approach them. I'm kind of hoping for trades now. So we'll not get another recruit. He is armed. Can we trade? Nope, he does not want to trade, apparently. Sometimes you do get lucky, sometimes you get a trade, sometimes you get a bad one. Let's see what we looted. Another gas mask, we want that. We'll take this, we'll take the hinge, we'll take the nylon. We'll also take the fuel. Also sand and limestone, because why the hell not? Coffee beans and the broken radio. Can we actually make a recycler now? Craft items, please. What do we need for the recycler? Could make a bedroll, but I've never used those. I think they were added in a patch that was put up after I actually stopped my last game. Okay, makeshift recycler costs a lot of circuit board, well, not a lot, but a lot of plastic, valves, transistors, and circuit board. I think there are better recyclers as well. You can also get a better freezer. which is not just generally better, it just has more space. Where's the better recycler? Oh yeah, also those things are kind of nice to have. Do we get a better recycler? What guns a large freezer motion detector? I think the recycler was in here at one point, and they put it down to this. So we probably want to get transistors and circuit boards and all that stuff, because this is an item that certainly has its uses. It also, if memory serves, it takes ages to actually recycle things. So you'll want to have that ready, and you want to start recycling as soon as possible. I'm also pleased to see that this item here is taken out of your inventory, and it's just there for good now. We don't lose that anymore, it's just there. Okay, we probably want more leather. So this is worth 4. And we have some burnt clothes, which are also worth 4 if we trade them both. So I think that's a good trade for us. Yes, we want to trade that. Okay, she's not exactly nice, but I think that was good. And I also think your people will take turns in dealing with the with whatever they're facing. Okay, we want to have that. We want to take that. The board and that. We also need nails, I think. Plastic. Okay, we can't have more plastic. Okay, if we get concrete or cement, rather, we can just take that. We need plastic. We can take more broken radios. I think we can have another fuel tank on there as well. Coffee. Do we have rubber? No, we don't. I guess we'll drop off that and take the rubber. We can have plenty of transistors out of the radio later, so I think we don't need to take that for now. Confirm that, please. Okay, let's check it once more. I want to hold on to those. Okay, we certainly need more food, so if we get more food, we'll have to trade for that. Can we craft anything else nice? I want a stove, so let's. Ah no, don't do that. Don't stop drinking water, please. Don't you? Fine, drink to your heart's content then. We wanted to build a simple stove. Can we fit it in there? There we go. We can just squeeze it in. Obviously, your freezer needs fixing every now and then. I'm not sure if you tell them to keep going if they will visit the place if they see it again later. Okay, Patrick, what do you have? I'm afraid we can't because we have 6 people and we don't have more oxygen. So we would be starving to death. So I'm sorry, Patrick, but no. He also seems to be chased, and people who claim to be chased are not necessarily the most stable people. Examine that. Ooh, more food. Some fuel. More fuel. We can't have more fuel than that. Take this and that. We can't take that, so we'll probably leave the water behind and take that. Can we have paint? I don't think we can. I kind of want to paint my shelter as well. Yeah. So now you can see he's probably gonna break something. Search it. Yeah, you can see he's hitting that for quite a lot. Yeah, he hit it for around 30 points of damage. So people are spiteful in this game. They will try to hurt you and break your stuff if you deny them. Although I can see where they're coming from there. A medkit and more leather. Some cement. We'll take that. We'll take the food. We'll take the anti-radiation tablets. I guess you don't need this. Stress will come in once people have, for example, unsatisfied needs for too long. So if you don't have a toilet, or if they see people die, that's also very stressful. Obviously. There's a lot of stuff here. Kind of want all of this. Pharmacies are like gold mines in this game. You can get pharmaceutics which you'd otherwise have to make on your own, which is it requires a lot of resources. Requires a very high tech level, which in itself requires a lot of resources. And we need some fuel here, and you'll probably want to fix that as well. I'm not worried about getting the generator fixed up too early or upgraded too soon, because it's just it just doesn't need an upgrade too quick. Also, you can't actually deactivate the automatic mode for newer characters. Ooh, I wish I could equip that. Okay, forget about the radiation stuff. We want the knife. The hinges. We want... Ooh, buckets. What do we need to upgrade this further? Lots of hinges and ropes, so more rope is needed. I'm not sure where you get that. We can't seem to craft rope, and we haven't found any yet. Can I craft rope? I don't see any rope here. It should not be a tier 2 thing to make. So we'll have to loot rope, and we are down on luck now. I usually have some rope by that point, so I'm not too stressed about it. And if you have rope, you can just make traps and build those. Yeah, what did you find? No rope, sadly. We'll have logs. We'll have this. We'll take the pipes, we'll take the duct tape. We can't have more of that. It also won't take more water. We don't seem to be too short on water right now. There's a fuse as well. Oh boy. Yeah, burned out laptop. Those are very good if you have a recycler. What did that need again? The recycler needed. It needed. Valves, transistors, and a circuit board. Okay, that's going to be fun to make. Do we have anything to trade away? Let's see. We could trade away medicine, I guess. Anti-rad stuff. Okay, also, can we make one more cement? No, we need more sand for that. It's kind of annoying that you need different amounts of sand and limestone for the cement. Turn the suit. Okay, people are almost loyal now, or at least Deborah's almost loyal. So we can almost, I say almost, it's still quite a bit, but we can soonish send her out on expeditions as well. Which will come in handy. Especially later on, you can also get lucky and have longer rainstorms, which will then give you a lot of water. And I personally like to have stuff out there, or I like to set up an expedition once I actually hit my capacity on water. And especially once people are actually low on it, and then once, I don't know, but once you get the bigger items, the bigger, the backpacks and all that, you do want to. Oh boy, another rain. They can see that. Where's our party right now? We do want to talk because we want to see how, or we want to trade actually. Okay, she does not have anything we actually want. I mean, we kind of want the fuse, but we can't carry anything else. I'm afraid that's all we need. This is all we... I think we're done here. That's a shame. I believe you get better items if you have a more charismatic person to go with them. Nails. Oh, rope. We need that rope. So, screw the coffee. We want that rope. That rope will go a long way in feeding us. Not directly, but we can make good stuff with it. We can make an animal trap, which will sort out a lot of things for us. The downside of animal traps is they only have limited use, and you do need a freezer to actually use them, and also most likely a stove to be able to use them successfully. Except the dog. I think the dog can have meat as well very easily, and he just is fine with meat. How's the water butt? Okay, it's doing fine. You actually take a nap. Get involved, please. That's the thing. I actually try to stop the recording here, and I don't get to do it. Okay, food would be nice to have, but I think we have all we need. I would gladly trade food for more ropes, but with the stuff he has, I don't think it's worth trading. Broken Dewey also comes in useful later. Yeah, I wanted to end the video like half an hour ago, and I don't get to do it now. There was something else I want to say about the map here, but I forgot. Okay, people are on the way back, so we'll probably just try to see that go through, and that's it. Also, we met this person on the road here, so those encounters are not tied to what you're doing. Also, look at this path here. Could have really just clicked somewhere in here, and then they would have looked for all these the other things on their own. Oh boy. Can we make another water butt? Deborah? We can't. I don't want to make a small one. Actually, can't make a small one. We need a lot of nails and hinges. Although we probably don't want a toy box for now. We want it soon, but not now. And once we get more leather, we'll also build bigger stuff here. I know we're at max capacity. And you want a need of a shower. Or of a drink. Anthony, I order you to take a shower. Edward, please have a drink. You please have a drink as well. And wash that out. Yeah, search it. Okay, what do we need for the next upgrade to this? Plastic, wiring, and hinges. And since we have none of that yet, I do not see myself upgrading this anytime soon. And I don't see myself accepting any more people anytime soon either. Okay. We'll fight that. We have a dog after all. And the dog is really good at fighting, as you can see there. Oi! Just melee it. Ow! Yeah, pick up your pipe. And we'll let the dog do the rest. The dog is actually, as I said, he's really good at killing stuff. And it got us a new gas mask, a new pipe, and some antibiotics, which may be more useful than the anti-rad stuff. We'll just go with that. Yes, please. So, since nobody really attacked successfully, we did not gain any experience from that. But at least we didn't lose anything either. You actually, if you take a heavy beating, you will suffer quite a lot of stress as well. Okay, some wool and shotgun ammo. That's also useful, but all of this stuff is more immediately useful. I mean, the shotgun ammo is useless to us as long as we do not have an actual shotgun to fire it from. So I'm not too thrilled about this. I'm also not too happy with the amount of rain we're getting now. I mean, I could set up an expedition now. I could try to send Edward and I guess Robert out. Yeah, let's do that. I will just send them over to, say, here, there, there, and there. Confirm that. I want to give them the shopping bag and a gas mask. Do they need that? Yeah, we'll give them a gas mask. And of course a pipe. Next person. Ah, no, don't do that. Equip that, please. And equip that. And equip that. And then off you go. Yes. Now it stops raining? No. I think it's just better to use that rather than to do an expedition than to let it go to waste. After all, expeditions are almost guaranteed to get you some food, although I'd probably rather have the dog on that expedition into the forest. Simply because the forest is a dangerous place and you can encounter wild animals. And we're not that good at fighting those off. Let's see the map now. You can actually... Okay, those two haven't technically left yet. But look at that, our water's still almost full again. Well, it's almost full again, so it's doing fine. Yes, search it. Let's get to the map. We don't see both expeditions here, which is kind of weird. Oh, actually you can. You see that. This is the second expedition. I thought they would be shown on the same map, but they are not. Okay, you... just scan frequencies, please. And there we go. The rain has stopped now, just as we got our water sorted out again. I'm hoping we won't get any dangerous animals on that other expedition. Oh, yeah, approach them. We don't want to do anything with them. I don't think we're good enough to fight, and we don't have anything to trade with. So, yeah. Oh, why is he chasing us? Okay, let's attack then. In melee. I'm not sure what subduing him does. I think you can try to keep him alive. But right now I don't actually want that. Okay, he is bleeding, that means he's losing health. And we should now... Ow! Oh, we resisted. Haha! Yeah, he's getting a beating. Oh, I thought he nicked our pipe for a moment. I'm not sure if the strength you gain is depending on how many attacks you get in, or if you get the kill. I believe it would be something about getting the kill, or if it's just like if you attack and if you hit the enemy, you will gain stuff. This might in fact not give us anything. Yeah, we'll take everything he has. It's not like he needs it anymore. Oh, we get some strength, and some dexterity, and some trauma because we had to kill someone. Or we saw someone bleed out, which is a horrible thing to see. And we want to take everything he had. We'll probably sell that carrier back. So we'll trade that away. It does not give us any more experience, or any more carrier capacity. I don't think we necessarily want to have a second expedition. Or a third expedition with carrier bags. They're not that great after all. Ooh, lenses come in handy later on as well. I'm glad we don't have to make more gas masks for now, because we'll get 2 more of them. And we'll also get a knife. Knives are very good weapons, obviously. And they're only used as weapons as well in this game. Anthony doesn't need anything, so I guess we could have him go out and... What will the water filter need to be better? A lot of leather. We'll actually have a lot of leather very soon. Okay, dog, you're fine. Anthony, please fill the dog bowl with the last bit of food we have, but we need that dog alive. And we probably want to be careful with the stores for now. Okay, yeah, this is just a random forest clearing. Most of this stuff is required for medicine. We'll just take everything. We can't use it just yet. I don't think we can make our own medicine. But we can at least make use of it for later. Okay, 12 location search. That's very good. But it's not great. I've had games where I searched more. But we found a lot of good loot, and I think that's all we can ask for. We'll let those two just do their thing and grab what they need. Okay, day 15. We got into trouble today on expedition. We really wanted to run, but they gave us no choice. It was terrible. It was either us or them. I was so scared. Yeah, poor Kimberly. I mean, luckily the dog did most of the killing, so we were good there. It was still not pleasant. Okay, Anthony, now that we have a rope, you can take a suit and build me a trap. We'll just put it right over here. Hopefully it will get us more animals. And I think I will end the video here. I mean, it's been going on quite long. Just noticed we have a bit of an ugly frame around the video. I'm hoping that won't show up too bad. The video, or the window is running in 720p. And as you can see now on the game's art style, okay, we didn't get anything from the radio frequencies. And I think this moose is going to get through. No, I'm not done. I wish I was the take all button. Yeah, wait there, please. Just wait there. We'll try to get another... Oh, come on. Now, this may take a while to actually yield something. Actually, just... Nah, return your suit. You got your outside time from it, and this guy does not look healthy. Gary, you don't look healthy. If you don't want to trade, I don't want you in my bunker. I didn't say dungeon this one. He is probably going to ask for refuge, and we can't have that. Right now we could afford it because we have 2 people outside of the bunker. Okay, he has decent stats. I mean, his perception sucks, but he's very charismatic, or reasonably charismatic, and pretty strong as well. Yeah, we'll get him in. It means we'll have to keep more expeditions going. Okay. He also looks a bit healthier now. Just slightly. And we're down on food, which is worrying. Wow, this thing does need some fixing. Okay. Yeah, down to 3 rations. That is bad. That in itself is very, very bad. Some toys, confirm that. So I'm looking forward to the next expedition again. Or already, rather. But right now we actually have... There can see, by the way, it has 4 uses. And I've realized that if you deconstruct those in time, you should not have too much of an issue. Actually have to send out an expedition soon again. I would prefer to wait with that until the next rain, because we will go through our water supplies very quick. Also, Gary, you're the new one, so you get to clean the shelter. And there's our 2 expeditionings, expeditors, explorers. You can upgrade that as well. Oh wow, that's cool. I didn't know that was a thing. I think it wasn't before. You can also upgrade your doors if you want. It takes you a lot of metal and hinges, apparently. Okay, we got nothing too great here. Yeah, just take everything. Confirm. Done. Could we perhaps add fuel here? Okay, somebody has to add fuel to this and to also fix it. And I think this is a good time to end the video. We've done quite a lot. I have been way past what I wanted to do. I also recorded another one that has been requested in a new entry. Oh yeah, it is. Give it the same entry twice. I think, by the way, trauma will slowly disappear, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure how that works, by the way. So if you know it, do leave a comment below. And now we can actually see that our oxygen, by the way, is dropping, because we have 1 more person than we could technically afford to have. Luckily, Deborah here is about to reach the loyalty we need to get her. We need to get her out on the expedition. So if we don't have her upgrade this, but have her actually, yeah, do that. Do that, it will keep you busy for a while. Have her fix that afterwards. And we'll have Robert take a suit and go fix the water filter and maybe upgrade it later as well. Actually, yeah, get that going. You will see that our oxygen will actually rise again. At least it should. And that's why I try to keep those, or try not to keep those at 100% all the time. And I don't see too much of an appeal in... There you go, it goes up again. That's why I try to kind of keep people busy outside. if I get them outside. Obviously, the better solution would be to get the water output sorted. But I think that's as good as it gets for now. Just fixing that, okay. I mean, I could have also just have them stand outside, which is also a good thing. You there. Actually, you need sleep. There is no bed. Fix this. Fix that. You could potentially scan frequencies. Actually, I wrote cost for traders. We want food. We have a lot of random junk to trade. Shelter. Let's see our inventory. I mean, look at that. We can trade all of this stuff. We can trade one of those bags. I'll probably keep 2 around for... Actually, no, I won't. You there. Craft 2 more of those. We are unlikely to get a better suit. We're unlikely to get a better crafting method anytime soon, because we need a lot of stuff for that. We need a lot of hinges and a lot of ropes. Outside of food, so we could use a moose over here. I usually go with 2 to 3 of those traps, and you don't have to reset them. So animals in there will last for a while. Oh, there's some rain. We have been waiting for that. That means we can send out 2 people, but we'll do that next time. So until then, well, if there's a next time, if you want to see more of this, if you want to see how the... I wonder the random name here, with how the Littles family will do in their adventures. Actually marked in red, so yeah, red are the core family members. The rest is, well, not. Okay, the animal is starving, so we'll pause the game here. And yeah, if you want to see more of this, then I will be happy to do that. If you don't, then that's fine. I hope you still have a wonderful time. I hope you enjoyed this 2-hour massive video. It's a game I do enjoy quite a lot, and I do... I play quite a lot if I get into it again, which you just saw. So those games that you play in bursts, I think. You play it for a few days pretty much straight, and then you just forget about it again, and then it goes back and forth like this. Anyway, a great game. I'll put the links to purchasing that into the description below. I will look for that. I think there was a... Oh well. Anyway, that's everything, and I will see you all in the new year. Till then, bye. Or maybe before that. But actually, I will have 2 live streams before the new year, but still, bye.